Hi guys, my name is Haley Statz. I am a youth and family therapist with Chestnut Health Systems. I serve youth and adolescents ages ranging from anywhere about 8 years old to about 15, 16, 17 years old. And I typically see my kiddos in the school setting during the school months or in my office during the summer months. So over the past couple of months, due to COVID-19 restrictions, you can probably imagine that there has been a shift to the way that I typically meet with and engage with my clients. Everything has moved to telehealth services, so primarily phone or video chat in order to talk with and conduct sessions with my kiddos. And so during this past couple of months, during this odd time that we've all found ourselves in, I've had to get a little bit more creative with activities and the way that I do engage my clients. So I'm here today to very briefly share with you an activity that I have been using. This is great for other therapists who might be watching to engage their clients, for teachers who are still, for whatever reason, engaging with their students maybe over the summer, but then also very much so for parents who have their kiddos at home, who might want to be exploring different ways to openly communicate with their kiddos about topics that might not be the easiest to always talk about, specifically maybe feelings about COVID-19 or feelings in general about things that are going on in the home, about not finishing the school year the way that we all anticipated. So it's a game, like I said, that just kind of gets you openly talking, openly engaging with one another. It's super fun, and it also incorporates music, and that's the one thing that I really like about it. So by the end of the game, depending on how long you play, you're able to create a playlist of music that you can then encourage your kiddo to utilize as a coping skill beyond playing this game. So go ahead, if you, all you're going to need is a piece of paper, a writing utensil, and then if you have access to YouTube or to another streaming music platform so that you can play music throughout the game, that will be really nice to have handy. It's super simple. You're going to play it just like you would the game Hangman. The only difference is you're not going to be creating any stick figures throughout this game. So you and your kiddo are going to want to sit likely across from one another or just with enough space that you cannot see each other's paper. Again, if you are conducting this kind of an activity over the phone, that won't be an issue. If you're doing this over video chat, you will just want to make sure that the camera cannot see the piece of paper that you have in front of you. So you and your kiddo are going to take turns back and forth. First, you might want to start with a general discussion about feelings and what different examples of feeling words might be. For younger kids, these words might look a little bit more basic. So maybe words such as happy, sad, angry. For older kiddos, your words might get a little bit more advanced. I know I've worked with some kiddos who have used or given me words as examples, such as confused, such as nostalgic even. And so you might just want to start with a general discussion about what are feelings, right? What are feeling words? And then you'll go from there. So you're going to take turns with you and your partner, and the first person who is doing the guessing. So there will be a guesser and then also someone kind of being the identifier is what I call it. So the guesser is going to give the other person a feeling word to go off of. For example, they might say, okay, find a song or pick a song that makes you feel happy or reminds you of a time that you felt happy. The other person is then going to think of a song that, again, coincides with that feeling. They're going to write down the title of that song. And the reason you want to write it down is so that you can see clearly how many words are in the title and how many letters are in each word. Okay, that's going to, if you're with that person, you actually can write the words and spaces down for the other person. Okay, so for example, let's say you are face to face, it's a parent and a kiddo that are playing this game. Let's say the kiddo gave the parent an example of, or a scenario of, pick a song that makes you feel happy. Okay, so parent picks, they decide they're going to choose Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Okay, so the parent is going to write down the number of words in the title and then the number of letters, like you would in Hangman. I'm going to do an example now and show the camera so that you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is a long title. I apologize. Let's see if you can see. All right, so just like that, right? And so the word Girls Just Want to Have Fun will fit right there. Once you've constructed your guessing title, you're going to give the other person a chance to guess letters that might fit into those spaces. So again, just like Hangman, the other person will guess A, B, C, and so forth and you're going to tell them which spaces the letters fit, until which time they either have completed the entire title or they might have a good guess as to what it is. At that time, that's where it gets a little bit more fun. The other person guessing, so the kiddo in this scenario, gets to look up the song on YouTube or again, whatever streaming platform that you're using and play the song. So then the two of you guys can kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Can kind of come together, can kind of jam out, if you will, to the song playing. After the song ends, or as long as you want to play it for, you guys can have a little bit of a discussion about, maybe the kiddo asks mom, well, what makes you happy about that song? What kinds of memories come to mind when you hear that song? And so again, it's just a way to open up discussion about feelings, about emotions. I used like I said, happy as my example here, but you can also go the other route. You can talk about negative feelings. You can talk about some uncomfortable feelings if you so choose. You go back and forth, you give each other, take turns doing so. Write down each song that you have listened to throughout the way. And again, that can help to create that music playlist that then your kiddo can go back and utilize as a coping skill in the future. So that's my activity. I think that kind of covers it all. And go play.